Welcome to Classroom Book Clubs, Literature Circles Made Easy. My name is Laura Candler, and I've used literature circles in my classroom for over 15 years. Book clubs are a great way to get kids excited about reading, and I'd like to share with you some simple strategies for getting them started in your own classroom. So what are book clubs? Book clubs are sometimes known as literature circles, and they're small groups of students who read the same book and get together to share their thoughts, feelings, and observations. As you can see from this photo of my students, book clubs are fun and engaging ways to promote reading in your classroom. Sometimes book clubs are confused with other reading programs, so let's take a moment to look at what book clubs are not. First of all, they're not literature circles with roles. Secondly, they're not leveled reading groups in which you divide your students according to their reading level. Book clubs are not guided reading groups or whole class novel studies. They're not content area study groups, and finally, they're not the same as the reading workshop approach. Book clubs are not any of these instructional models, but they're a perfect fit with all of them. Since book clubs are not my total reading program, I can be flexible in how I implement them. I generally only use them 3 or 4 times a year, but you may want to use them more often. They provide a nice break from other types of instruction and are really motivating to students. So if book clubs are not any of these things, what exactly are they? Let's take a look at what I consider to be the essential elements of a classroom book club. Probably the most important component is student choice in what they read. Since students are reading in small groups, you'll need multiple copies of the same book. You'll need to provide daily time for reading, as well as time for meeting preparation. This could include writing in journals, creating sticky notes, graphic organizers, and many other methods. The final component is the actual book club meeting, which generally takes place once a week. With those essentials in mind, let's look at why you might want to use book clubs. I love to read, so it breaks my heart when I see a student looking like this in my reading class. I know that this student doesn't find any joy in reading. Fortunately, I've found several methods that work well to cure the bored reader syndrome, and one of them is using classroom book clubs. What I've seen happen again and again is that those bored readers become passionate readers. The process starts when students are allowed to choose from a selection of great books. Then, since they're actively engaged in sharing and discussing books, they catch the enthusiasm of students who already love to read. And before you know it, that bored reader has been transformed into a passionate reader. Let's take a look at 7 steps for implementing book clubs in your classroom. First, select and locate appropriate books. Then, introduce the books to your students and ask them to prioritize the titles. Create your groups of 4 to 6 students and provide daily time to read and prepare. At least once a week, conduct the actual book club meetings. Finally, offer ways to reflect on the book club experience as well as opportunities to extend learning. If you'd like to learn more about these 7 steps for implementing book clubs, please visit my website, Teaching Resources, at lauracandler.com. You'll find a virtual file cabinet full of free resources as well as dozens of ebooks on specific topics. To find the information on classroom book clubs, click on the Strategies tab at the top of the page and select Literacy Strategies. You can also find information on formative assessment, cooperative learning, learning centers, and other powerful teaching tools. The file cabinet is packed with time-saving resources like printables and lesson plans. These are materials I've created as a classroom teacher, and I love sharing them with others. Please visit my website at lauracandler.com or find me on Facebook at facebook.com/teaching resources. I look forward to sharing and collaborating with you.